Chapter 14, Exchanges. Quila Tash. The day stretches now that I am alone. No matter what I do, I still cannot figure out how to rescue Goemi. I have seen how the soldiers had destroyed the school effortlessly. If that was any indication of how likely they would treat their prisoners, Goemi was in such big trouble. When you are by yourself, many things enter your mind. For example, how life can be so beautiful to those who are in love and who were born with gold coins, and how sad and depressing it could be for those who do not have those. Like me. But I was not dissatisfied with life. The truth is, I'm grateful because my life feels like such a big adventure. I miss Arden, but maybe that time we shared was what the gods wanted us to have. I have no objection to that, except I hope it was longer. I have his sword, and this gives me both courage and protection. I hope that somehow, how Arden Ruby Moeller had changed me was enough to be called his legacy. And then, there is Goemi. She became my best friend, and I wish I could rescue her. But how? I tried thinking about it over and over again. How would I do that if 100 soldiers were surrounding her? The sky was dark, and I was already resting. I looked at where the soldiers had camped again and wistfully wished that Goemi would be able to escape. If only I could turn invisible, I would be able to rescue her. If Pyper was with me, she could have done that. Or maybe if Goemi's crazy twin were with us, he could freeze all of the soldiers' hearts and let them die for kidnapping Goemi. The wind blew, and I hugged myself. I remembered a night like this before. That was the first time that Goemi and I talked. We were waiting for Arden, Pyper, and Mayo to return with Kino. That had been a long night, too, just like tonight. The only difference was that Goemi was no longer with me. I missed her so suddenly that I closed my eyes and talked to her. "How are you today, Goemi?" I said in my usual voice. And then I imitated her voice. "Oh, I had a good time today," she would have said. I'm finally beginning to see that my twin is evil and that we were right to leave him behind. I giggled a bit. It was fun to have a make-believe conversation with Goemi. And because my eyes were closed, it was as though I could imagine her face, that she was just beside me, and it was actually her that was talking to me. I stopped giggling, and in a more serious tone, I added, "I will rescue you. I will come for you, and those soldiers that took you will wish that they'd never been born." To this, I was unsure how Goemi would respond, so I just continued using my own voice. "Please hold on. I know that the situation is dire, but I will think of means to rescue you. I don't know how to do it yet, but I will figure this out." And then, all of a sudden, my spine chilled when I heard Goemi speak. "Quila, is that you?" I opened my eyes, and she wasn't beside me. So who talked to me? My heart thumped wildly. Was I able to reach her? I closed my eyes again, concentrated, and repeated what I had done earlier. "Goemi? Talk to me. Is it you?" I said. My heart froze as I waited for her answer. Goemi Pasap. I felt nothing. I thought that I had seen enough cruelty growing up when people would chase Miroe and me away from their farms. People would not even give us their scraps and rather choose to give them to animals instead of us, or simply throw the food away. I was wrong. At this campsite, the Emperor's soldiers slapped me because I could not show what my power was. They had asked me to show my powers to them over and over, and I couldn't, and they thought I was lying. Since I was traveling during the night when they caught me, they branded me a dangerous person, and because they could not find out what my power was, I need not go to trial anymore. I could be executed anytime, anywhere. Those were the general's exact words. "Emperor's orders," he had said. But this was not enough. Yesterday, because I had been too tired to walk, they tied me to a horse to force me to run. I fell 100 times and was repeatedly dragged by the horse. My body is now bruised all over, and still, these Val soldiers would not stop. The tent flap opened, and my body jerked in fear. They were here, again. Whatever they came here to do is never good. "Please hold on." I heard the voice again. It sounded so much like Quila. "Quila?" I said. "Please, help me." The soldiers turned to look at me. "Dreaming, eh?" One of them said. "Don't dream of being rescued. No one would dare fight the Emperor's men because he controls everyone. He has allowed us to capture and execute anyone who will rebel against the palace. There's no need for a trial. Everyone is afraid because they know that they can be easily killed for no reason at all. Then he laughed. You've got to give credit to the Emperor and his advisors for thinking of all this, the other soldier said. It gives him absolute power, and no one would dare go against him now. The two soldiers came closer to me. The other one has a shiny metal object in his hand. He grabbed my hair, and then I heard the snipping of the scissors as my hair was cut off. They laughed maniacally. No. I screamed. I couldn't stop sobbing. Please. Stop it. You've taken everything from me. Wasn't that enough? But these soldiers wouldn't stop. And then I heard Quila's voice again. I will come for you. I will find help, and we will rescue you. Just please, Goemi, you have to hold on. Tears streaked my face while the other soldier harassed me. I wish Quila would keep on talking. Somehow, her voice comforted me. Please, Quila. If it's really you that I'm talking to right now, and I'm not just hallucinating, please rescue me before I lose all will to live, I whispered. Quila Tash. I was shaking as sobs racked my whole body. I could hear Goemi screaming. I wanted to talk to her, but not like this. Not to hear her begging those soldiers not to hurt her. Not to listen to her wishing that she was dead. But if I could hear her, then there must have been a way for me to communicate to someone else. Perhaps there was a way for me to get some help. The question now was, who should I call?